So this is year 2 or 3 with this Ruth Stout style heavy mulching potato bed, and so far I'm pretty happy with the results. You can see that I've been digging up one side of it with this indestructible Princess Auto fork, and I flipped out a bunch of potatoes. I'm not setting any square foot yields, but I do have a pretty good crop of these potatoes, and having done this for 2 years now, I got a couple ideas about how I want to improve this spot for next year. So here's my little potato collection all along the edge here where I've been digging and then setting them aside. One of the challenges I faced is because I'm butting up against a lawn edge. I do have quackgrass rhizomes sneaking into this bed, and I think the solution to that is either to put in a hard barrier or to just mulch even heavier on those edges. This fork is unbreakable. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a nice one. So you can see that I've been using a lot of oat straw for mulch. I've also put in some wood shavings, and some of that comes from my chicken coop, from their nesting material. I also, whenever I have extra leaves or a chance to rake them up, I use a lot of leaves in this bed as well. And what you don't see is all of the grass clippings that I've been using. They've already basically dried out and died and worked their way into the soil or the mulch. But you can see that there's some of those quackgrass rhizomes or roots. They're rhizomes, underground stems, sneaking in, creeping in from the edges, and anything I pick out of here goes into my cabin composter. So I've got all of the mucking out of the barn is in this pile. It's just all from the chicken coop. So there's a lot of chicken manure in there, but also wood shavings and oat straw. And I'm alternating layers. So all the weeds and the dead plants that I pick out of my garden goes into here, and then I layer it with this manure basically. So make a big lasagna of weeds and manure. I think that's probably my biggest potato right there. And there's a few little guys as well. Some of my potatoes are green. If you see that on your potatoes, that's because you have not covered them with enough mulch. That's what happened to me. The sun's touching them and they're going into like a vegetative mode. So any ones that I find with green spots, I set them aside. And I'm a winter potato planter, which is more successful if you have deeper mulch, which insulates the potatoes better. So basically what I'm going to come through after I've dug all this up is I'm going to come down to the bottom of the soil layer and pop a potato in there, and then it gets covered up, and I'm going to mulch over top of it again with any good mulching material I have, which might include grass clippings, leaves, and oat straw. And this, I made these raised beds, and there's probably 3 or 4 inches of just compost. So this is what I removed from my cabin composter this year. And I'm going to put at least one of these and maybe both of them into garlic this fall. And again, I'll mulch over top of that with leaves and oat straw. Check out this monster cucumber right here, hiding here. This one I'm keeping for seed. Oh, look at that guy. So this variety, I'm pretty sure what I planted are straight 8. So they're a good heirloom variety. You can see they've been touched by the frost pretty hard actually. But these are kind of like the typical cucumbers that I get out of this patch. Nice straight 8 cucumbers. Good for salads and pretty good for dill pickles if you catch them small enough, I guess. Mine always hide on me until they reach a certain size, and then pick them for fresh eating. So there it is, another year of heavy mulch potatoes. I'm going to finish up this other side of the row, kind of rake it even, replant it, mulch over it again, and it should be good in the spring. I'll see some potatoes popping up, and if I don't, all I have to do is like reach in there into the mulch and plant a few more seed potatoes, and they'll have plenty of time to grow over the summer. Baler twine's not the worst thing you can use for trellising. It's helpful for tying up tomatoes and cucumbers and things, and at least it gives that piece of string a second life. And you get to reuse it.